How many people watched the 2016 Summer Rio Olympics this past year? Okay, and how many of you ended up watching some of the swimming events? Or they heard of Michael Phelps or even saw him get one of his gold medals this year? Or maybe even Katie Ledecky, or they heard about how Simone Manuel earned the first individual gold medal for an African American woman in the Olympics. Alright, so if you watched any of that at all, you probably saw the suits that the swimmers were wearing. So they wear these tech suits that the women wear ones that go all the way up to their neck and then down to their knees. And then the males wear a tech suit that almost looks like compression shorts that go just below their belly button to their knees. And in this speech today, I'm going to talk to you about tech suits and why swimmers wear them. I'm actually a competitive swimmer here at Wayne State, so I have a ton of experience with tech suits. I've worn them before. I've tried on many different styles of them. I've swam with them in meets. Never quite as big as the Olympics, but I definitely have a little bit of insight to offer to you guys. And so today I'm going to begin with talking about why swimmers wear their tech suits. So first off, these tech suits are only worn at big meets. You never wear them in practice because I'm going to tell you how much they cost. It's a little bit of a shock. For the men right now, on the Speedo website, for the latest suit, the LZR Racer X for males costs $339. And then if you were good to go to the women's section and look at the latest women's suit, which is the LZR Racer X, it costs $520 on the Speedo website. So women's suits usually cost, I want to say, almost like twice as much as male suits sometimes because they cover more of the body and there's more material than there are of male suits. So the biggest difference between tech suits and the practice suits are that the tech suits are only good for about 4 to 5 races. So that's about 10 minutes total, maybe, out of wear that you get for the suit before it's deemed like no longer good. Practice suits you can wear about 200 times before you have to get a new one. The tech suits are actually regulated by FINA, which stands for the International Swimming Federation. FINA stated in their rule book that men's swimsuits shall not extend above their navel or below their knee. Women's swimsuits shall not cover the neck or extend past the shoulders or below the knee. So these regulations are put in to help to stop with the whole tech suit thing that was going on with the ones at the Beijing that went all the way up from the neck down to their ankles. It was helping swimmers too much, making them too buoyant in the water. It became more about the suit that you're wearing rather than the hard work that you were putting in. So the tech suits are actually made of a special material that is water repellent. And instead of stitching, they bond the seams together, which is very different from the practice suits, which are made of polyester, and their seams are usually sewn together to make them more durable and flexible and comfortable to wear. So now I'm going to go into a little bit further detail about the constructions of the suits. The suits are designed to compress the body of a swimmer in all the right areas to make them more buoyant in the water, to improve circulation, so during the race your muscles will not fatigue as quickly. So in an article I wrote by David Meyer wrote, he said that the suits are made out of polyurethane. It's used in the suits to make them less dense than water and to make them more buoyant and to reduce the drag. So it's all about making you more aerodynamic in the water and making you a little bit faster to help you cut that extra second. Also in his article, he wrote how the compression garments are responsible for better blood flow, to reduce the amount of lactic acid in the blood, and to improve the how much oxygen is getting to all of your muscles, so the athletes recover more quickly and don't fatigue out as quickly during the races to help with their endurance. Also, additionally, with the compression of the suits, they are extremely tight, tighter than you would think. The suits are designed to be almost as a second skin on the body, which is hence why Speedo has the one called the Fast Skin. I actually brought in some of mine today to help you guys understand more like what the material is made out of, how they feel, because the material, it sounds like very paper-like, and it feels almost like paper. It's not a comfortable feeling suit. It's very rough. And to show you like the bonded seams of the suits, I brought my T-Wear of Victor and my Speedo Laser. I'll pass these around for you guys to look at. For the compression of the suits, they're definitely very tight. It takes me 10 to 15 minutes to put on my suit every single time I have to put on, and I always come out covered in welts because the suit is so tight and you have to inch it up your body 1 inch at a time. You always have to have your teammates in there to help you put the suit on. Sometimes the suits end up ripping because they're so thin. If your fingernail gets caught in the suit, it's done. There's a hole in it, which makes the suit almost unusable because it ruins the aerodynamics of the suit and helps create more drag, which is exactly what you don't want when you're swimming a race. I had a teammate last year that actually ripped her suit before she even got to wear it, so that was like $500 right down the drain. It's extremely upsetting when you rip these suits. It's almost heartbreaking. But these suits are definitely all worth it in the end. Like, in conclusion, like, I know I don't like spending the extra money on suits, and here at Wayne they actually give them to you. Thank goodness. It's part of our contract we have with TYR. And the suits definitely give you an advantage over an individual not wearing the suits. Give you about a second or couple second time drop depending on what race you're doing. They're definitely changing the world of swimming due to the technology of the suits is constantly changing, the way they're having compression fit on the body to increase blood flow, to make the suits even more comfortable. They have comfort straps now to stop with the bruises that can form on your shoulders when you wear the suits after a weekend of racing. So I'm hoping this speech gave you a little bit more insight into the world of swimming and helps you understand why swimmers wear these suits and how they're constructed, and gives you a little bit more appreciation for all the struggles that swimmers go through in order to swim fast. And if you're interested in learning more about these compression suits, I definitely recommend going on Google, typing in how do regular people try on competitive suits. It shows you regular people, like possibly you guys if you've never swam before, what it's like to put on a suit. And it's actually a pretty good laugh, so it's also a little bit entertaining. And I also read while I was researching in the Chicago Tribune, a reporter in Rio wrote that is Rio the end of tech suits. It's an interesting read and goes into some of the controversies about wearing tech suits, a little bit more background information for you guys, because they are so expensive, but they do provide an advantage over swimmers not wearing the suits. So I think they're definitely going to be used for at least a couple more years, but who knows, we might not see them anymore at the rest of the Olympic Games. But now that I've introduced you into the world of swimming, feel free to come down and watch maybe some of Wayne State's swim meets this year. You do get in free with your one card. All right, does anyone have any questions for me? No? Well, thank you so much for listening to my speech today, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.